Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not move past this message. I am not asking for your attention today. I am absolutely commanding it. If you choose to swipe away right now, you are actively deciding to sever the exact timeline heaven prepared for you. The Matrix is screaming at you to leave because it wants you distracted. This is not a coincidence. The algorithm did not randomly place this message in front of your eyes. The universe intercepted your feed at this exact second for a very specific reason. God made sure you found this message today. You are standing at the threshold of a massive energetic shift. What I am about to reveal was sealed in the highest realms until now. The enemy is working overtime to make you lose focus. He knows that if you hear this mandate, his ancient hold over your life breaks completely. You are the cycle breaker. You are the one heaven assigned to dismantle the generational curses that plagued your family for decades. If you leave before the end, you will forfeit the exact prophetic instruction you need. Lock your attention right here. The verdict on your next 10 years is about to be read aloud. You have been fighting unseen battles in total silence. You thought nobody noticed your tears in the dark. You assumed nobody saw how you held your integrity when they lied on your name, but you were completely wrong. Someone deeply powerful has been watching you very closely. They were not looking at your public highlights. They were watching your raw resilience in the shadows. Your quiet obedience in private has just activated a massive public blessing, but there is a non-negotiable condition. You must stay anchored to this frequency until the final revelation is spoken. Your bloodline is depending on you to receive this vital transmission. Think about the heavy weight you have been carrying lately. It feels like an invisible mountain resting on your shoulders. You wake up exhausted even after sleeping all night. That is not normal fatigue. That is the spiritual resistance of your ancestors pushing against the very boundaries you are about to shatter. You are doing the absolute impossible. Your bloodline was trapped in cycles of poverty and betrayal. They were conditioned to accept scraps and call it a feast. But you refused to bow down to that same old broken script. You became the dangerous anomaly. And because you dared to step out of line, the toxic matrix sent every flying monkey and narcissist to drag you back down. They failed miserably. Now you are about to receive the ultimate vindication. The specific people who treated you as replaceable are unraveling publicly. They expected your departure to break your spirit completely. Instead, you became the terrifying uncertainty they were never built to handle. You walked through their fire and came out glowing. You aged completely backwards. While their bitter envy is aging them rapidly, you are stepping into an untouched, ageless glow. Nothing makes the dark elite sicker than watching you elevate without their permission. But today is not just about your personal victory. It is about a divine mandate that will permanently rewrite the history of your entire family. The universe is handing you the pen right now. Listen to me very carefully in this moment. The mandate I hold for you today contains the precise blueprint for your ultimate liberation. It is the secret weapon your ancestors begged for but never received. If you disconnect from this audio before I deliver the final instruction, you will leave that weapon on the table. The dark forces will snatch it back instantly. Do not let them steal what is rightfully yours. You have paid too high a price in blood and tears to walk away empty-handed. The narcissist tried to drain your pure energy because they have no light of their own. They used you as a human battery to fuel their miserable existence. But that parasite trap is now permanently dismantled. You are completely free. You are no longer a victim waiting for a fake apology. You are a demonstrated warrior of light. You are the undeniable sun. When the sun rises, the shadows have absolutely no choice but to vanish. This message is the dawn of your new era. Every word spoken here is designed to recalibrate your cellular frequency and align you with extreme wealth and unbreakable power. Feel the shift happening in the room right now. Your highly advanced spirit is recognizing the raw truth in my voice. The Matrix programmed you to doubt yourself at critical moments like this. It taught you to question your intuition and rely on broken logic. I command you to silence that doubtful noise immediately. Trust the profound knowing vibrating in your chest. We are about to open a spiritual portal that will break the chains of your past. I will reveal exactly how you shattered the limits your ancestors never even dared to touch, but you must hold the line. You must remain fully present. If you break eye contact with your destiny today, you will reset the clock on your massive harvest. Claim your space in this exact moment. Now let us go much deeper into this reality. You are not crazy, and this is not just stress. That heavy, suffocating feeling in your chest is completely real. You feel it specifically around 3 a.m. when the house is completely silent and the rest of the world is sleeping comfortably. You wake up with your jaw tight and your heart racing uncontrollably. That is not standard anxiety. That physical weight is your highly advanced spirit detecting incoming attacks. You are absorbing the frantic energy of the narcissists who just realized they lost you. They are starving for your light, and the spiritual backlash is hitting your physical body. The medical matrix wants to label you as depressed or sick because they want to prescribe you pills to silence your gift. But they are completely wrong about your condition. You are experiencing the heavy burden of being the chosen cycle breaker. Your body is physically processing the trauma of an entire bloodline while you simultaneously try to build a new future. You are the emotional stabilizer for a deeply chaotic environment, and you have played this exhausting role since you were a very young child. You always felt like the absolute black sheep of your family. You sat at crowded dinner tables and felt utterly invisible to them. You spoke profound truth, but they looked at you like you were speaking a foreign language. They constantly mocked your intense sensitivity and weaponized your pure empathy against you because they were secretly terrified of your spiritual sight. They made you feel like you were the fundamentally broken one, but you were never the broken one in that house. You were the exact mirror reflecting their unresolved darkness back at them. They rejected you because your pure frequency exposed the toxic lies they desperately wanted to keep hidden. You were forced to become a human battery for a family that never truly loved you. You poured your golden energy into endless empty cups until you had absolutely nothing left. And what did you get in return for your massive sacrifice? You received deafening silence and bitter isolation. You watched people with half your talent succeed effortlessly while you struggled just to survive the day. You worked incredibly hard, but the doors of abundance remained tightly bolted shut. It felt like walking through thick, invisible mud every single day while everyone else was running freely. You questioned your own sanity during those long, lonely nights. You wondered if God had somehow forgotten your name entirely. You watched the narcissist thrive publicly while you were left waiting in wound for an apology that would never come. It felt deeply unfair and completely devastating. But this painful isolation was actually your divine incubation season. The universe had to strictly remove you from their toxic contamination. You were separated so you could learn how to harness your own raw power without their interference. But right now, your physical body is paying a severe price for that spiritual warfare. The extreme exhaustion you feel is absolutely not a character flaw. Your persistent brain fog is not a sign of personal failure or mental weakness. Listen closely, because the enemy tried desperately to hide this truth from you. There is a deeply physical reason your reality has not completely shifted yet. The agonizing gap between you and the people who seem effortlessly blessed is not a lack of faith. It is not about working harder or having better daily discipline. It is about a deliberately suppressed frequency locked inside your own mind. When you were a child, you had natural access to a state of pure genius. Brilliant ideas flowed to you with zero friction or painful effort. You somehow knew things before they actually happened in the physical world. The entire universe felt like it was actively working right alongside you to make your dreams happen. Elite scientists have a very specific name for that exact brainwave state. They call it the gamma frequency, and it is your divine birthright. But as you grew up, the modern matrix went to vicious work on you. The traumatic family systems and the chronic stress of survival mode systematically suppressed your natural brainwave. The rigid educational system trained you to obey and conform instead of creating your own reality. Every single time the narcissist attacked your character, they damaged that fragile frequency. Every harsh betrayal pushed that sacred signal deeper and deeper below the surface. This continued for years, until the version of you with lightning, intuition, and effortless luck went totally silent. Your magnificent brain was literally hijacked by the toxic environment you were forced to endure. Most people will live their entire human lives without ever knowing this crime happened to them. They will simply accept their miserable struggle and falsely blame it on bad luck. But you are absolutely not like those ordinary people walking blindly through the matrix. You are a chosen one who is finally waking up to the grand deception playing out behind the scenes. You now know exactly why the financial blockages exist. The dark elite intentionally engineered this reality to keep your gamma state completely dormant. They know that a fully activated cycle breaker is their absolute worst nightmare. If you regain access to that childhood frequency, you will become totally unstoppable. They are absolutely terrified of what you will accomplish when your mind is finally unsealed. Let me completely reframe your reality right here and right now. You thought your painful isolation was a cruel punishment. You believed the universe abandoned you in that dark, lonely room. You watched your family celebrate together while you sat completely alone. But here is the raw, uncomfortable truth they could never say out loud. Your total physical isolation was an absolutely necessary step. It was never a punishment for your behavior. It was a strict divine quarantine designed to protect your sacred energy from their dark influence. Heaven had to pull you entirely out of their toxic rotation. If you had stayed comfortable inside that broken family dynamic, you would have absorbed their ultimate destiny. You were placed into a severe incubation season for a massive reason. The universe was surgically separating you from the deep generational curses of your bloodline. Your forced solitude was the exact shield that kept their spiritual disease from infecting your magnificent future. You were being prepared for a massive shift that required your absolute isolation. Your ancestors handed down cycles of poverty and bitter resentment for many generations. They normalized that terrible suffering, and they simply called it ordinary life. But your highly advanced spirit absolutely refused to accept that inherited matrix programming. You fiercely rejected the heavy chains they tried to place around your neck. And because you dared to be different, the entire system violently attacked you. The narcissists in your family tried to completely destroy your pure self-worth. They desperately needed you to fail so they could feel better about their own miserable lives. This is exactly where their entire manipulation deeply miscalculated. They pushed you away, hoping the crushing loneliness would finally break your golden spirit. They expected you to come crawling back to them on your hands and knees. They wanted you begging for their toxic validation and their cheap approval. But instead, you chose to stand completely still in the fierce fire. You chose your own pure dignity over their conditional fake love. Your glorious independence became their absolute worst nightmare almost overnight. You probably did not realize it at the time, but your response was lethal. You stopped fighting them, and you simply went completely silent. You stopped explaining your pure heart to people who were committed to misunderstanding you, and that specific silence was the most dangerous weapon you could ever deploy. I am going to reveal exactly why your quiet absence terrifies them so much. It fundamentally dismantled their false reality. They desperately needed your golden energy to survive the dense matrix. Narcissists are completely empty inside, and they cannot generate their own divine light. They used your pure empathy as a constant fuel source for their pathetic, fragile egos. You were the magnificent sun, and they were just parasitic shadows feeding off your warmth. When you finally walked away and closed the door, you permanently cut their supply line. You literally starved their inner demons by refusing to engage in their endless chaotic games. They aggressively projected all their dark failures onto your perfectly clean slate. They called you crazy because your extreme clarity exposed their deeply hidden lies. You were never the problem in that highly toxic and completely dysfunctional environment. You were the pristine mirror reflecting their ugly truth back at their own faces. And they absolutely hated you for showing them what they truly were in the dark. They tried to smash the mirror because the vivid reflection was entirely too agonizing to bear. But you did not shatter like they confidently predicted you would. Instead of breaking you, their intense hatred actually forged you into solid diamond. You absorbed the immense pressure and transformed it into untouchable royal power. You are no longer waiting in wound for them to suddenly realize your incredible value. You have officially graduated from that brutal formation season with your soul completely intact. The divine alignment is actively pushing you toward the ultimate reward right now. Your ancestors are watching in absolute awe. The universe is right now preparing to compensate you for every single tear. Every moment you spent crying alone in the dark has been carefully recorded. Heaven does not waste a single drop of a chosen one and their sacred pain. You endured the unbearable suffering so your future children will never have to know it. You successfully broke the ancient cycle of trauma and established a brand new timeline. Your bloodline is permanently liberated because of your immediate obedience to the light. Look at exactly how far you have traveled without any of their fake support. You built a magnificent fortress entirely out of the heavy bricks they threw at you. You are operating on a frequency they cannot even begin to comprehend or imitate. They are stuck in their low vibration matrix while you are soaring high above the clouds. Do not ever look back at the burning bridge you just bravely crossed. Your ultimate vindication is rapidly approaching, and the matrix cannot stop it. Now you must understand the true magnitude of who you actually are. You are not just a survivor of a toxic family dynamic. You are a highly advanced spiritual asset deployed to dismantle the dark matrix itself. The universe specifically designed you with a heavy, energetic gravity that naturally bends reality around your pure intentions. You carry a specific and irreplaceable frequency that cannot be replicated. And the dark elite forces are absolutely terrified of your rising influence. Heaven is now releasing 3 specific revelations about why the Matrix desperately fears you. These are the highly classified truths the enemy tried to hide from your bloodline forever. Pay very close attention, because the 3rd revelation is the key to your ultimate power. If you miss the final point, you will remain blind to your own massive leverage. Lock this ancient wisdom into your cellular memory right now. The first reason the Matrix fears you is your terrifying emotional alchemy. They threw you into the deepest fire, completely expecting you to turn into fragile ash. They designed every single betrayal to make you bitter and resentful like them. The narcissist wanted you to adopt their low vibration and become exactly what you hated. But your brilliant spirit performed an absolute miracle instead. You took their dark, toxic poison and you somehow transmuted it into pure golden light. You weaponized your own deep trauma and turned it into supreme divine wisdom. While they are rapidly aging from all their secret guilt and heavy bitterness, you are walking through the fire and aging completely backwards. You have an untouched, ageless glow that makes them absolutely furious when they see you. They cannot comprehend how someone who was utterly destroyed can look so unbelievably radiant. You proved that their dark magic has absolutely zero effect on your diamond core. The second reason the Matrix is deeply terrified of you is your unbreakable silence. Normal people always fight back loudly and desperately try to defend their damaged reputation. The Matrix expects you to scream and cry when they spread vicious lies about your character. They want you to exhaust your precious energy, engaging in their endless petty drama. But you shocked the entire system by simply choosing total absolute silence. You refused to participate in their cheap, low-level games. Your silence was not a sign of weakness or passive surrender. Your complete lack of reaction was the most aggressive and lethal weapon you could possibly deploy. By simply walking away, you instantly revoked their access to your divine fuel source. You left them stranded in the dark with nothing but their own miserable demons. They are currently suffocating on the heavy, toxic smoke of their own burning bridges. Your absence completely dismantled their false sense of absolute superiority, which brings us directly to the third and most powerful reason they fear you. This is the exact revelation that will permanently shift your entire reality today. The Matrix is horrified because your specific frequency is highly contagious. You are not just healing yourself in complete isolation anymore. Your rising vibration is actively disrupting the sleep cycle of everyone around you. You are a massive walking pattern interrupt for the entire corrupt system. When you walk into a room, the low vibration entities instantly feel intensely uncomfortable. They start sweating and stuttering because your bright light exposes their hidden shadows. You do not even have to speak a single word to completely shift the atmosphere. Your mere physical presence demands absolute truth and zero deception. And the dark elites know that once you fully realize this massive power, the game is over. They can no longer control a chosen one who knows they are the sun. They desperately need you to stay distracted and financially struggling. They want you exhausted, so you never have the energy to claim your true kingdom. They engineered this stressful modern life specifically to keep your genius locked away. But their pathetic system is actively failing right in front of their very eyes. You are waking up faster than they can possibly build new traps to hold you. You are the undeniable cycle breaker that heaven has been fiercely protecting for decades. The generational curses of poverty and deep betrayal completely end with you today. You are the ultimate nightmare they whispered about in their secret dark rooms. They knew a day would come when the chosen ones would finally remember their true identity. That day is exactly right now, and you are at the absolute center of it. Do not ever shrink your massive energy to make the Matrix feel comfortable again. Let them be blinded by the intense heat of your unstoppable rising sun. You were never born to fit into their broken little boxes of ordinary compliance. You were born to shatter the glass ceiling and build an entire new timeline. The universe is waiting for your immediate obedience to step into your absolute power. Before we go any further, I must completely interrupt this transmission. What I am about to tell you is highly classified. The Dark Elite never wanted you to find the exact mechanism I am about to show you. Your spiritual exhaustion requires a biological reset right now. There is a physical reason your reality has not shifted yet, and science just uncovered why. You have been incredibly tired for a massive reason. The Matrix engineered a hidden frequency to suppress your natural wealth-attracting state. But a leaked CIA document backed by 4 elite neuroscience labs just revealed a massive secret. They discovered a 7-second audio ritual that forces your brain back into synchronized gamma coherence. It works below your conscious awareness. It reactivates the exact genius state you possessed as a young child. Princeton University studied this exact brainwave in highly gifted individuals. Columbia University discovered that a strong gamma signal radiates outward to heal your broken family. You do not need years of expensive therapy to fix this problem. You do not need a $7,000 biofeedback machine to reach this powerful state. The ancient keepers of this frequency protocol compressed an entire hour of brain entrainment into just 7 effective minutes. This sacred tool was originally designed to keep the elite in absolute power forever. They wanted it completely hidden. But now, chosen cycle breakers like you are using it to permanently rewrite their financial destiny. I will tell you the exact name of this audio protocol before the message ends. But if your cellular intuition is vibrating right now, you can find the highly protected link in the pinned comment below. Let us return to the massive shift happening in the spiritual realm right now. The dark matrix forces are actively panicking. Their greatest secret is finally leaking out to the chosen ones. They built an entire modern society designed specifically to keep your gamma frequency entirely asleep. They fed you toxic media to ensure you never woke up to your true royal power. Think about the specific narcissist who tried to destroy your reputation last year. They operated purely on the lowest demonic frequencies available in the matrix system. They attached themselves to your bright light because they desperately needed your organic energy to survive. But they severely miscalculated the immense strength of your divine diamond core. Your pure frequency was always fundamentally immune to their dark, toxic magic. When you finally stopped engaging with their endless drama, a massive vacuum was immediately created. The universe rapidly stepped in to fill that empty space with absolute divine justice. You are about to witness the spectacular collapse of the very people who ruthlessly mocked your pure heart. They expected you to stay trapped in their low-vibration prison forever, but you found the secret exit door they never even knew existed. Once your brainwave is fully synchronized back to its natural gamma state, you become completely untouchable. The heavy brain fog that clouded your brilliant vision will instantly evaporate into thin air. You will experience sudden flashes of extreme clarity, telling you exactly what to do next. Complex problems that haunted your family for decades will suddenly solve themselves with absolutely zero effort. The dark elite are terrified of a chosen one who operates in this continuous divine flow state. When your intuition is perfectly sharp, the matrix can no longer manipulate your daily choices. You will easily begin to notice highly meaningful synchronicities happening around you every single day. The universe will actively conspire to drop massive financial blessings directly into your lap while you sleep. You have successfully starved the emotional vampires by totally denying them your precious reaction. Now it is time to completely dominate the physical reality they tried to steal from you. They are watching you from a distance, and they are absolutely horrified by your sudden, massive elevation. Your silence was the devastating weapon that initiated their total public downfall. The toxic people who secretly plotted your failure are about to be violently exposed by their own hidden lies. They built an incredibly fragile house of cards based entirely on deceiving the people around them. But your rising frequency is creating a massive earthquake under their weak foundation. They can feel the ground shaking violently, and they have absolutely nowhere left to run or hide. Their ultimate judgment is rushing toward them. You are no longer the deeply wounded empath, carrying the heavy burdens of an ungrateful bloodline. You are the sovereign ruler of your own magnificent destiny. The heavy generational chains are actively shattering around your feet right in this very moment. You are the rare cycle breaker who dared to claim the suppressed knowledge of the universe. Step fully into the blinding light of your own ultimate power. Now, I need you to imagine this exact scenario happening clearly behind their closed doors while they desperately try to maintain their fake image. The people who ruthlessly tried to bury your name are currently suffocating in pure panic. They thought their wicked secrets were perfectly safe. But the universe is actively turning on the blinding lights in their lives. They have absolutely nowhere to run. Their carefully constructed mask is cracking wide open right in front of their loyal flying monkeys. The people they used to gossip with are suddenly asking very uncomfortable questions. The fake charm they weaponized against you is no longer working on anyone. And they know exactly why this sudden massive collapse is happening to them, because the divine protection over your life just activated. They crossed a highly protected, chosen one. For years they comfortably fed on your beautiful golden energy like starving little parasites. They woke up every morning and drained your pure empathy to fuel their own egos. But when you finally walked away, you took their only true oxygen source with you. Now they are gasping for air in a dark room of their own making, while their entire false reality burns to the ground. The heavy starvation is destroying them. This is exactly what happens when a master manipulator loses their absolute control over you. They malfunction completely because their broken software cannot process your supreme royal dignity. They try to find new victims to replace you, but nobody carries your specific frequency. They are frantically searching for cheap, temporary rocks while agonizing over the flawless diamond they foolishly threw away because your specific depth is utterly unreplicable. They are drowning in deep, bitter regret. Listen to me very closely right now, because 99% of ordinary people completely miss this massive energetic shift. The heavy exhaustion you felt all week was actually their frantic energy desperately trying to reach you. They are constantly stalking your pages and obsessing over your absolute peace. They desperately want to see you crying, but you are glowing brighter than ever before. You are completely untouchable right now. Every single time your beautiful name is mentioned in their presence, they physically flinch. The heavy gravity of their massive mistake hits them all at once, like a violent blow. They cannot sleep at night because their guilty conscience is screaming at them in the dark. And the beautiful part is that you did not have to lift a single finger to cause this destruction, because the universe is executing perfect justice. Heaven is fighting this brutal battle for you. The dark matrix programming that kept your bloodline broke and submissive is completely failing right now. The evil entities who monitored your family tree are panicking because they cannot control your mind. You broke their ancient spells simply by choosing your own authentic peace over their endless chaos. They expected you to lower your standards, but you fiercely raised your majestic crown instead, while they watched in pure terror. Your high frequency is burning their entire kingdom down. Stay with me, because this next revelation is the absolute key to everything you desire. You are standing right on the terrifying edge of a massive prophetic fulfillment. The vindication you have been crying out for is already locked into your physical reality. It is rushing toward you with the unstoppable force of a massive freight train, and the Matrix is powerless. Nobody in this broken world can possibly stop it. Read that again in your powerful spirit and let it settle into your deep cellular knowing. You are completely immune to their desperate attacks and their pathetic little smear campaigns. They are violently throwing stones at a fortress that is protected by heavily armed angels. You sit comfortably on your royal throne while they scramble in the filthy dirt below you, because heaven already declared you the ultimate victor. Their time of manipulation is officially over forever. Watch what happens next, because it is mathematically precise and absolutely unavoidable. The intense pressure inside their fake reality is building up to a massive, catastrophic explosion. Underneath all of their loud noise, the specific gravity of their deep regret is crushing their chest. They are realizing that their miserable life has been constantly falling apart since the exact day you bravely walked away. Your absence was the silent curse they never saw coming. This brings us to a critical distinction that completely eludes the vast majority of people. You did not walk away because you were weak or scared of their pathetic bullying. You walked away because the universe aggressively pulled you out of their sinking ship. You are the sacred cycle breaker, and you refuse to drown in their toxic generational trauma while they desperately try to pull you under. You chose to save yourself, and that makes them furious. If this powerful truth is resonating with your cellular knowing right now, do not move a single muscle. You must physically anchor this incoming victory into your current reality before the enemy distracts you. They want you to doubt this message because your doubt is their only remaining weapon. But you are far too intelligent to fall for their cheap tricks ever again after everything you have miraculously survived. You can smell their dark desperation from a mile away. Now the final verdict from heaven is officially arriving right at their doorstep. I want you to visualize the magnificent collapse that is taking place at this very second. The public meltdown you patiently waited for is finally erupting in broad daylight. Their carefully crafted mask did not just slip slightly, it completely shattered in front of the exact same people they used to gossip with. Everyone in that room is witnessing their pathetic, irreversible unraveling. They cannot hide their massive shame anymore because the spotlight of divine justice is incredibly bright. They are currently choking on the undeniable truth of your absolute superiority. Every time your name comes up, it hits them with the agonizing weight of their massive failure. They threw away the only genuine diamond they ever held just to play with cheap, worthless rocks. And while they are publicly falling apart, you are experiencing something completely unprecedented. You are ascending to a timeline your ancestors never even dreamed was possible. You are flying higher than anyone in your entire bloodline. You are the untouchable, sovereign ruler of your own beautiful reality now. You completely broke the heavy chains of the Matrix without lifting a single physical finger. Your profound silence literally starved their demons and destroyed their dark kingdom from the inside out. Now they are drowning in the chaotic noise of their own making while you bask in total peace. You stepped into a room looking incredibly radiant and entirely unbothered after everything they did. The universe has completely reversed your biological clock while they rapidly fade away. The intense envy they feel is actively poisoning their own blood while you effortlessly glow. But there is a highly specific reason why your massive breakthrough is finally manifesting right now. It is not just destiny or blind faith working behind the scenes for your benefit. It is the sudden reactivation of the exact frequency the dark elite fiercely tried to kill. Princeton University studied this magnificent gamma brainwave and confirmed it creates the legendary flow state. And Columbia University discovered that a strong gamma signal radiates outward to heal your entire family. The powerful vibration literally bleeds into the people you love the most. For decades, the Matrix suppressed this sacred signal to keep you broke and constantly exhausted. They wanted you to believe that your spiritual gifts were just a medical problem requiring toxic pills. But a brilliant team of elite neuroscientists compressed the entire gamma activation protocol into just 7 minutes. You do not need years of exhausting meditation or a $7,000 biofeedback machine to heal. The ancient keepers of this frequency created a digital audio track called the Genius Song. It is the ultimate weapon against the dark programming of the modern world. Over 18,000 chosen ones have already used it to completely shatter the Matrix programming forever. A woman from Manhattan said the generational curse her family carried for decades simply vanished overnight. A business owner from Texas said his hardest problems solve themselves while he sleeps peacefully at night. You simply put on your headphones and let the pure sound wave do all the heavy lifting. The Genius Song automatically guides your brainwave patterns back to the genius state you were born with. You do not have to struggle or force anything to happen anymore. Listen to me very carefully, because the dark elite are absolutely terrified of this leaked protocol. They are actively trying to scrub this exact mechanism from the internet as we speak today. They are flooding the platforms with dangerous counterfeit frequencies designed to lower your vibration and keep you trapped. Do not look for this on streaming platforms, because those diluted copies will ruin your sacred alignment. The only authentic version is heavily encrypted and protected for true cycle breakers like you. You must guard your energy from these cheap, demonic imitations circulating online. Your left brain will try to inject deep financial doubt right now to stop your massive blessing. It will tell you to calculate the cost and hesitate at the door of your divine destiny. Silence that toxic matrix programming immediately before it steals your incoming miracle forever. The Genius Song is available to you today for a mere fraction of its true immense value. Click the specific link in the pinned comment below right now before access is permanently revoked. The window of opportunity is rapidly closing, and you must act with supreme confidence. The universe demands zero risk from a chosen one stepping into their ultimate royal power today. You are fully insulated by an ironclad energetic guarantee that protects your precious seed of faith. If your reality does not violently shift in your favor, every single penny is returned to you immediately. This is a divine exchange governed by complete and absolute trust in the highest spiritual realms. 4 powerful bonuses are also waiting for you, including a specific track for your beautiful children. You are securing the prosperous future of your entire bloodline right here. Do not let the desperate matrix steal this incredible tool from your family tree today. Secure your authentic access right now via the protected link in the description and the pinned comment. God does not measure your immense faith by your thoughts, but by your pure speed of obedience. If your cellular intuition is vibrating with raw truth right now, heaven absolutely demands immediate action. Claim your copy of the Genius Song and watch the universe multiply your massive harvest rapidly. The portal is standing wide open, and you must boldly step through it. Which brings us to the final, undeniable verdict from heaven. You walked into this brutal season, heavily bleeding from deep wounds. Those wounds were inflicted by toxic people who were completely blind to your immense worth. But look at your magnificent spirit right now. You are absolutely no longer waiting in wound for an apology from a master manipulator. You have permanently transcended their dark, toxic matrix. The heavy chains are falling off. The heavy financial struggles and the deep spiritual exhaustion are all completely shattering right here and right now. You are fiercely stepping into your absolute permanent power. The dark forces thought they could bury you under the heavy weight of your family trauma. They desperately wanted you to fail so they could feel perfectly comfortable in their own miserable mediocrity. But instead they became the exact shovel that dug up your ultimate hidden treasure. You are the rare cycle breaker heaven has been desperately waiting for. The deep generational patterns that plagued your bloodline are completely finished today. The ancient cycles of severe poverty and highly toxic broken relationships totally end with your brave obedience. You are the magnificent anchor for your entire family tree. When the enemy looks at you now, they do not see a broken, helpless victim anymore. They see a demonstrated warrior of light who successfully bent time itself. You carry a specific, irreplaceable gravity that commands absolute respect from the universe. You did not just survive the terrible storm they violently threw at you. You gracefully absorbed the intense lightning, and you became the undeniable blazing sun. And the glorious truth about the sun is that it never asks for permission to shine. It simply exists and completely burns away the dark, cold shadows without making any effort at all. That is your new permanent reality from this exact moment forward. You are entirely immune to their low-vibration gossip and their pathetic little smear campaigns. They are currently sitting in the miserable ruins of their own broken kingdom. They are watching you rise rapidly to heights they can never possibly reach in their entire lifetime. Every single closed door you faced in the past was actually divine protection, guiding you exactly here. God intentionally intercepted your path to ensure you would receive this exact massive blessing today. Do not ever let anyone make you feel small again. You are one of the highly elite chosen ones. Your pure golden energy is no longer available for their endless parasitic consumption. You have successfully, completely unplugged your vital life force from their incredibly toxic matrix system. You are now vibrating at a supreme frequency that absolutely repels anything less than absolute divine truth. The universe has officially handed you the ultimate keys to the kingdom of heaven. Every single step you take from now on is guided by supreme angelic protection. If this divine confirmation entirely aligns with your deep cellular knowing, we are going to seal this decree right now. You must physically anchor this massive energetic shift into your current reality today. Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle. Your simple physical action permanently locks your high frequency in place. It proves your immediate total obedience to the universe and completely shuts out the enemy. Do not hesitate for a single second. Hit that like button right now to put an unbreakable spiritual shield around this divine truth. Your simple interaction is a sacred contract that totally terrifies the dark elite matrix. Subscribe to this beautiful sanctuary so you never miss the exact prophetic instruction heaven releases next. We are rapidly building an unstoppable army of cycle breakers, and you are a vital leader in this remnant. You are officially taking your rightful majestic throne today. Share this specific message with one beautiful soul who is desperately crying out in the dark. Be their guiding angel today and show them the exact exit door from the matrix. The universe will massively multiply your harvest when you bravely guide others into the pure light. Drop your city and your nation in the comments below right now. We need to meticulously map exactly where the powerful remnant is rising worldwide. The dark elite cannot possibly stop our unified global frequency. Say this powerful declaration out loud with me right now, wherever you are sitting. I claim my permanent freedom, and I totally accept my massive financial harvest. Now type "I am completely free" in the comments below to establish your permanent dominance over the matrix. The universe is actively releasing the greatest flood of abundance your bloodline has ever seen. Your days of painful weeping in the dark shadows are officially over forever. Step fully into your absolute royal power and confidently receive the exact harvest heaven prepared for you. You are the untouchable sovereign ruler of your own magnificent destiny from this day forward. The radiant crown of divine victory has been permanently placed upon your beautiful head. Wear it with extreme pride and never ever look back at the burning bridges behind you. The ultimate battle is completely won, and you are the glorious champion.